Have you ever sat quietly with a cup of tea in hand and wondered, why do some people seem to age like fine wine? Their skin glows, their steps are light, their minds are sharp, even in their 80s or 90s. Meanwhile, most of us are left wondering where all that energy went, and why every joint seems to creak a little louder each morning. Now here's a question worth asking. What are they doing differently? Because the truth is, some seniors around the world are not just living longer, they're living better. In small corners of the globe, there are places where people routinely live past 90 or even 100 without being bound to a wheelchair or stuck with endless medications. These places are known as blue zones. They're not magical lands, just everyday towns and villages where something special is happening, something that we can learn from. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Simple, powerful longevity secrets from the world's healthiest seniors, people who figured out how to stay active, joyful, and full of life deep into old age. You don't need to move to Japan or hike up mountains in Costa Rica. What you need is a little inspiration, a few small shifts, and the belief that it's never too late to feel younger, stronger, and more alive. So let's sit back, take a deep breath, and begin with the first thing these long-living folks do differently. It might surprise you because it's not a new pill or an expensive machine, it's how they move. You see, in most blue zones, people don't go to the gym. They don't lift weights or run on treadmills. Instead, they build movement into their daily lives. In Okinawa, Japan, many seniors tend small vegetable gardens well into their 90s. In Sardinia, Italy, elders walk up and down steep hills to visit neighbors or run errands. It's not about exercise, it's about natural movement. That could mean sweeping the floor, climbing stairs, tending plants, or simply walking to the market instead of driving. Now I know what you might be thinking, but my knees aren't what they used to be. And that's okay, this isn't about pushing through pain. It's about gentle, frequent motion, even standing up during commercials, walking around the house, or doing light stretches every morning can make a big difference. The key is consistency. Your body was made to move, and when you stop, everything starts to slow down. Your circulation, your digestion, even your mood. But when you move even just a little, your body responds with gratitude. And speaking of gratitude, that brings us to something else these healthy seniors share. It's not something you can buy or touch, but it's as important as any medicine you'll ever take. It's a sense of purpose. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, your reason to wake up in the morning. It could be your grandkids, your garden, your faith, or even a daily walk with a friend. In Loma Linda, California, home to a thriving community of long-living Adventists, many seniors find purpose in volunteering, teaching, or simply being part of their community. And why does this matter? Because purpose gives your days meaning. When you wake up with something to look forward to, it lights a fire inside you. It keeps your mind active, your heart engaged, and your spirit young. Loneliness, boredom, and isolation age us faster than any physical illness. But when you have a reason to get up and get going, whether it's baking a cake for your neighbor, feeding your pet, or working on a puzzle, you stay connected to life. So let me ask you, what brings you joy these days? What's one small thing that makes you feel needed or excited? Maybe you haven't thought about that in a while, but I promise it's still there. Sometimes we just need to look a little deeper to find it again. Now, if movement and purpose are two of the secrets to long life, here's another that's just as powerful, though often overlooked: how we connect with others. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, elders live surrounded by family. In Icaria, Greece, people gather daily to chat, share meals, and laugh together. They're not isolated or forgotten. They're valued. And that connection? It's medicine for the soul. Studies have shown that strong social bonds can reduce stress, improve heart health, and even boost the immune system. And no, you don't need a big circle of friends or a house full of people. One meaningful relationship, a good friend, a kind neighbor, a sibling you talk to often, can be enough to keep loneliness at bay and help you feel grounded. If there's someone you haven't spoken to in a while, why not pick up the phone? Or invite a neighbor over for a cup of tea. Human connection doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be real. A warm smile, a gentle conversation, a shared story. Sometimes those simple moments are what make life worth living. So we've talked about moving with purpose, waking up with meaning, and staying connected to people who care. These aren't wild ideas, they're everyday choices that add up over time. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to change everything overnight. Even the smallest steps can open the door to a longer, fuller, happier life. And that's exactly where we're heading next. Because the journey doesn't stop here, because living a long life isn't just about the body. It's also deeply connected to what you put into it. And no, I'm not about to suggest some complicated diet or expensive supplements. In fact, one of the most surprising things about the world's healthiest seniors is how simple their eating habits really are. Let's take a little journey to Okinawa again, where many people live past 100 with hardly any chronic illnesses. You might expect them to have some magical food ritual, but it's actually quite humble. Their meals are filled with colorful vegetables, leafy greens, sweet potatoes, tofu, and small amounts of fish. Meat is eaten rarely, and sugar is kept to a minimum. But the real secret: they stop eating when they're about 80% full. They even have a saying for it: hara hachi bu. It's a reminder to eat until you're not hungry, not until you're stuffed. That little habit alone can make a world of difference. It gives your digestion a break, helps control weight naturally, and keeps energy levels steady throughout the day. You don't need to count calories or follow a strict meal plan. Just slowing down, chewing your food well, and listening to your body can change the way you feel after every meal. Maybe next time you eat, you can pause halfway and ask yourself, am I still hungry or just enjoying the taste? That small moment of awareness can be a powerful step toward better health. Now let's visit another corner of the world, Icaria, Greece. There, people enjoy hearty meals too, but with a Mediterranean twist. Olive oil, beans, herbs, tomatoes, and whole grains form the base of their diet. And instead of eating alone, meals are often shared with others over laughter and conversation. This habit doesn't just nourish the body, it nourishes the heart. Sharing a meal with someone, even if it's just once or twice a week, can uplift your mood more than you might realize. So if you've been eating alone a lot lately, maybe consider inviting someone over, or even just calling someone while you eat. The food might stay the same, but the experience becomes a whole lot richer. And now, let's turn to something that might surprise you even more. Because while diet and movement are important, there's one more ingredient in this longevity recipe that often gets ignored: rest. Not just sleeping at night, though that's important, but taking time to truly relax during the day. In many blue zone cultures, there's a natural rhythm to life. People don't rush from one task to the next. They take naps. They sit quietly. They breathe. In Loma Linda, many of the long-living seniors observe a weekly day of rest. No chores, no business, just time to recharge. In Icaria, afternoon naps are a regular part of life. And guess what? It's not laziness, it's smart living. Giving your body and mind time to recover helps lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and keep you sharp. When was the last time you truly gave yourself permission to rest? Not because you were too tired to move, but because your heart and mind deserved a break. Even 10 minutes a day, just sitting quietly with your eyes closed or listening to calming music can feel like a reset button for your soul. Sometimes in a world that celebrates being busy, it takes real courage to slow down. But slowing down is often what helps us go further. And here's something else these centenarians do. They embrace the sun, not by tanning or spending hours outside, but by letting in natural light, walking in the early morning and keeping their connection with nature alive. Sunshine isn't just good for your mood, it helps your body make vitamin D, which supports bones, immunity, and energy. A short walk in the morning sun, watering the plants in your yard, or even sitting by a sunny window can gently lift your spirits and support your health in subtle but meaningful ways. It's nature's way of telling us we're still part of this beautiful world. And that reminder alone can do wonders. You see, the secret to longevity isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your life with small, intentional choices. It's about tuning into your body, connecting with your heart, and finding joy in the little things that make each day feel meaningful. And if you've ever felt like it's too late to change, too late to try something new, or too late to feel good again, let me tell you right now, it's not. Because the people living the longest, most fulfilling lives didn't get there by being perfect. They got there by being consistent, by showing up for themselves in small ways every single day. And that's the beautiful truth. You don't need to be extraordinary. You just need to begin right where you are. Right now. Let's take a moment here, just you and me, and reflect on something simple yet powerful. You've come this far in life, through ups and downs, joy and sorrow, moments of strength and times of uncertainty. And here you are, still showing up, still curious, still open to learning and growing. That alone is something to be proud of. And maybe, just maybe, you're realizing that the path to a longer, healthier life isn't about some big dramatic change. It's about small, steady steps. That's exactly what the world's healthiest seniors understand. Now let's talk about something that runs deeper than the food you eat or the steps you take. It's the way you think. In all the blue zones, whether it's the hills of Sardinia or the coast of Costa Rica, centenarians share a powerful mindset. They don't dwell on stress. They've learned to let go. That doesn't mean they've had easy lives. In fact, many of them have gone through war, poverty, personal loss, and hard times. But they have one thing in common. They don't carry yesterday's pain into today. They forgive, they laugh, they focus on what they can control and let the rest go. In our own lives, we often carry around invisible weights: regret, anger, bitterness, or sadness. It stays in our shoulders, our hearts, even in our bones. But what if you could set some of that down? What if you gave yourself permission to breathe a little lighter? It could be as simple as writing a letter you never send, talking to someone you trust, or just choosing today to forgive someone, maybe even yourself. That emotional freedom, it doesn't just lighten your spirit. It lowers your blood pressure, eases anxiety, and helps your body relax and heal. And here's something beautiful. In Ikaria and other blue zones, humor is part of life. People laugh, loudly, often, and without apology. They tease, they joke, they sing. Even into their 90s, they don't take themselves too seriously. And in that joy, there is healing. So maybe today's the day to watch something funny, to tell an old joke, to smile at your own reflection and say, hey, I'm still here, and I've still got it. And if you're wondering what ties all these longevity secrets together, the movement, the food, the connection, the mindset, it's something we often overlook in today's world. Routine. These long-living elders live by gentle daily rhythms. They wake up at the same time, they eat at the same time, they walk, they rest, they connect day after day. There's comfort in routine. It keeps your body balanced and your mind steady. You don't need to schedule every hour of your day, but having a few steady habits like a morning walk, a daily gratitude practice, or a bedtime ritual can help your body feel safe and your mind feel calm. And that's really what we're all looking for, isn't it? A sense of peace, of control, of knowing that no matter what happens around us, we have an anchor to hold on to. Now, I want you to think about everything we've talked about so far, not as a to-do list, but as a gentle invitation. Move your body in a way that feels good. Eat with mindfulness. Stay connected to people who matter. Rest without guilt. Think with kindness. Smile often. Build a rhythm that makes you feel grounded. And most of all, believe deep in your heart that you deserve to feel good. At 60, at 70, at 90, at any age. Because life doesn't stop being beautiful just because the candles on your cake grow in number. In fact, many would say it gets even better with more wisdom, more laughter, more appreciation for the little things. A bird's song, the warmth of sunlight, a kind word, the smell of fresh tea. So if there's one message I hope you carry with you today, it's this. It's never too late to live well, and you are not alone on this path. There's a whole world of people just like you, choosing to age with grace, with strength, and with purpose. And this channel is here to walk with you every step of the way. If something in this video touched your heart, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me, what's one small thing you're going to try? Or what secret to a good life have you discovered? And if this message gave you hope, please give it a like and consider subscribing. We've got more stories, tips, and heartfelt advice coming your way, because everyone deserves to age with joy, with dignity, and with love. Here's to your health, your happiness, and your beautiful journey ahead. Until next time, take care of yourself. You've earned it.